Hi, beautiful collective. My name is Tina, and welcome to Cosmic Turtles. And today we're doing a card reading for the collective. So let's see what we got. All right, what do we got for the collective at this moment? Ooh. Oh, one flipped. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, has all kinds of things in there. It's like the web of life. It's card number 10 in the Major Arcana. A completion of a cycle and a new cycle begins. This is the imagery. Look at that. It's like the web of life. Everything that connects, connecting the dots of who you are. Maybe you're realizing things about yourself. Maybe you're figuring out like where you place yourself, what your next step could be, there's a lot going in there. And see, there's a little white owl up there, seeing through the web of life, seeing where everything connects. There's the sun on the bottom and there's the moon on top, seeing the night and day of things, or the dualistic nature of the collective web, psychic web. You may hear my cat in the background. So let's see what else is there. Wheel of Fortune usually speaks about if the wheel is turning in your favor or if it's going away from you. So those are like the two definitions. I don't do reversals, but this gives a little bit of an indication, like how is life going for you at this moment, and you're the one that sets that depending on how you're feeling. So maybe there's a choice too, right? It could be a choice in how you choose to feel will tell you which way this Wheel of Fortune will turn towards. Are you stuck in memories of the past, or are you anxious for what may come in the future, or are you keeping yourself right in the middle and aware of both, but not, it's like almost being detached, but allowing the flow of life and you following the flow of life. Ooh, nice. We have the Six of Cups. So some of you may be thinking about the past. Six of Cups usually speaks about that. When things were easy and things were nice. And this one is showing you a very strong, sturdy tree that stands up, and its roots are illuminated. It's showing you what makes you strong, what holds you up, and it comes from where you came from. It comes from where you came from. It comes from your ancestry, your line. What are the gifts that even family members you don't even know because it's generations away, what did they work on to make sure that this generational line would learn something? What is it that you have, that you realize about yourself, and you're wondering, how come I have this? How come I have this ability? Because you're the one that took on, you had the perfect qualities to take on that type of quality. So the root system, going down within your roots, what makes you strong. It could be also an indication to go in nature, to find, to replenish your energies. There's many different ways you can look at this. You know, it's, in another way, it looks like a tree, and that could be like the reflection, right? So either way you look at this, it may hold some type of significance to you. And this is, we're talking about the emotional realm because it's cups. And 6 is a number for harmony. So what keeps you harmonious feeling on the inside? Some of you may need to sit or hug a tree or just lean against a tree and just and the tree will help. So it depends how you, or even the significance of the tree of life. How does that fit into your reality? So you take it as you will. What doesn't resonate, have fun throwing it out the window. Let's see what else we got. Actually, we're going to do it a bit different. I'm going to get a key word for these 2 cards that came out from the Moon Goddess Oracle. Let's see how this brings it in somehow. What do we got for the collective at this moment? There's one sticking out. Beginnings. The beginnings. And see, more trees there too. The beginnings, and it's a doorway. And it's number 2. See, the dualistic nature, the sun and the moon. You could see it too, like in the where there's shadow and where there's light. And this is an animal that can see through. And then you have like the dualist, what you see on the surface of a person and what's going on inside of a person, the dualistic nature. And here you have the beginnings, and it says up here number 2. So you have a 10, a 6, and a 2. And each one of them, the imagery is showing something significant. And what kind of bird is on top? Oh, I thought it was a bird. It's a design, although it could look like a bird. Right on top here. It looks like, it could almost look like an owl. And you have the full moon. Wintertime. And you're seeing the new beginnings. Right now in the northern hemisphere, it's like entering snowy winter time, and we had a storm not long ago, and this is like a doorway looking into the future when springtime would happen. So it could be an indication of when some futuristic vision or impression or knowing that comes to you. It could give you an indication of timing of whatever it is that you may have seen, and it's showing like springtime. Also, there's a planet that's been in retrograde for a while, and it's is it a planet? Mars. Mars has been, and that's our push, our ambition to move forward, and that's going to go in retrograde. It's been in retrograde, and it's continuously going in retrograde until March 2023. So this could be what it's representing. Like in March 2023, you're going to have more of that passionate fire to move forward, to that Mars energy to go through you and help and move things forward and new beginnings. So that is interesting. So let's see what else we got for the collective. I like this style of reading. Ooh, okay, we got 2 of them. 9 of Swords, the anxiety card. And anxiety could be, these 2 came together because of lovers. So, again, we see like 2 eyes, two of these worms, many of them, but there's 2 of them more on the surface. And then you have these 2 geese, and see, it could be looked at differently, but it could go with this story as well. There could be anxiety in the present moment due to a lover for some of you, and it could be new beginnings as you're going to let go of the anxieties, or you're going to understand them, let go of them, and the new beginnings will happen when the geese come back. The geese, they fly south in the fall, and they go north. They come back in the north in the spring. So this could be an indication about these new beginnings for those of you that are seeking or wondering. So you take it as you will. But I'm just seeing connections because this was another number 2. But this one here is the middle of the read, so it's the part where you may be feeling right now is that anxiety of sorts, or just sleepless, or just loopy thoughts. It has to do with the thought realm. It is a 9, so it's the end of it. 9 is a completion of a cycle. Then you start back at 10. 10 is like leftover, and it, in numerology, it adds up to 1 again. So, and then you have another 6. The Lover's card is number 6. So you got 10, 2, 6, 9, 6. Let's see what we have for one of the Moon Goddess Oracle for these 2 cards that came out. For the 9 of Swords and the Lovers. Let's try that out. What do we see for the collective at the moment? What do we have here? Oop. Okay. One that got thrown all the way. There's 2 of them. Growth. There's growth that's happening through the anxiety and stuff. Like there's growth because you're realizing you don't need to. It's kind of like having a pressure put on you that's causing the anxiety, but this pressure is turning you into a diamond. Okay, and then faith that all will turn right, faith that the universe got your back, faith that you are protected, faith that even though things may be hard at the moment or feel that way, that you will overcome them and get through them. Okay, for those of you that are resonating with this kind of reading right now. Okay, all right, so let's see what else we got. One more card. I usually put 5 of the tarot. Well, look at that. It just, and 1 came out right away. Here it is. Empress. Look at that. The Empress holds the energy of all 4 queens in the deck. She's like the ultimate queen. This is not a gender-specific reading. I heard my cat. There she is. It's talking about the energy itself. The Empress would have more of a nurturing aspect in all the decisions that she makes. She looks out for the greater good in a nurturing way. The Emperor, he does things more in a protective way. He's not emotionally charged, because if you look at the Empress on a negative standpoint, if you allow that, if that anxiety keeps growing and you don't self-discipline, then you could be the reverse of the Empress, which would be you're out for blood. Basically, you're just gonna sabotage everything you ever had in your life. So the choice is in your hands. Are you going to nurture who you are first and foremost, what you need to do for yourself? Learn how to, because she's got the 4 queens abilities. She can self-soothe. She can find ways, meditate, calm the body, calm the emotions as well, calm the mental realm so it's not spinny thoughts and loopy thoughts, and bring yourself into a state of balance, because an Empress it shows balance. Look at that tree. Stand strong. Stand tall, and like a strong tree. It looks more like a leaf tree, right? So it has a stronger wood than a conifer tree. Their wood is softer and lighter, but this one's heavier and stronger. So the choice is in your hands. What you want to do and what you want to create as a future for yourself, what you want to visualize for yourself, what you want to bring in. So have trust, have that trust in yourself. That's having faith. faith in yourself, in the universe, in everything that is. Because you're growing. There's new beginnings ahead coming towards you. The wheel of fortune is in your favor. Continue moving forward while seeking the better feeling in a good, wholesome way. Right? Now let's see what we have for the chakra cards and see if there's anything to kind of keep a focus on, or something to really heal. Oops. Well, this one says it all, and it just jumped right in front of me. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. It's forgive others, but in a detached way. You don't have to go up and tell them. It's to set yourself free. It's forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to go in certain experiences that weren't so pleasurable or ended up not being what you thought. Forgive yourself for not have seeing things the way they were, or seeing through the illusions or the facades that were presented to you. Forgive yourself for all that. You didn't know, and it's through the experience. Once you're in it, then you kind of, and then you started learning and growing, right? Nothing was really taken away from you. So forgive yourself and nurture that inner child. And look, okay, there's a rhinoceros there, okay? And what a rhinoceros does, let's say you go in the jungles where they live, where the rhinoceros are from, and you make a little fire at night, you will hear them. They'll come over and they'll stamp out. They really do that. They are like the protectors of, because it's hot countries. Too many leaves piled up, maybe, it'll start heat and then it'll spark up a fire. They're there to actually keep the other animal in the forest there safe. They go and they really good with their senses, and they stomp out the fires. That's one of their main roles. I mean, it's interesting to see, but they really do that. I thought it was a myth when I was young, but you research it, you see videos on YouTube about it too. So it really does. They really do that to prevent like a forest fire or jungle fire. I'm not sure where they come from exactly, but I know they come from a place where it's more hot. I'm from the northern hemisphere. I didn't check out all the animals yet. But this one here is protecting this child from fire, in a figure of speaking. Fire would be heated conversations, people being mean and intentionally, it's like they're throwing fire at you. It's figure of speech. If you take emotions and start explaining them in a simpler way, but you're using the elements to explain them. So there goes my creativity. But forgiveness is you forgive yourself to set yourself free and detach from any experience. Not because you won't remember them, it's just they won't affect your clarity of mind. They won't affect your peace in your heart. They won't affect you as much, because by then you've gained understanding. Okay? Alright, let's see what we got from the Earth wisdom cards here. Let's see. Earth Oracle. Whew, okay. Give yourself time. Sometimes, this is the card time. Sometimes we want to, especially if we're going through anxiety, we want it just to be over and done with. We just, right now, right? So we need time sometimes for things to process, for things to come up and be ready to be let go. So give yourself time for that growth, because nurturing, it takes time. It could be you went through something that's, you could say, hard to digest, and the card forgiveness came out, so it must have been something very strong lived, and so give time before you feel like you got more strength, because you may be feeling like tired. So give yourself some time for recuperation. Practice the whatever method you used for nurturing yourself. This could go for male or female. I mean, I have a son. And way back in the day, they said boys don't cry. But what we noticed in society and social studies, like we noticed that men that kept their emotions inside, they became very angry because everything was buried inside. Nothing was released. So it's like there was a stagnancy, and it became uncomfortable to live in the body, and it affected their mind, affected everything. So there was a lot of, there could be like violent outbursts, or like from the emotional standpoint. So for healthy emotional health, you have to have a positive outlet and give yourself time and do the nurturing aspect. A walk in the woods. For some of the boys that love fishing, I love fishing. I went fishing, just by the water in nature. Nature was one of the greatest healers. Music, anything creative as well. Music, artwork. Those things are tools to help with healing. They're also enjoyable, but that's what helps with the healing. And you get to express those emotions or feelings or stagnant energies. You get to express that, or at least like it feels like there's a weight lifted off your shoulder after you spend some time with yourself and nurture yourself in a good way, a healthy way. Okay? So, collective, this has been the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and thank you for all my subscribers, everybody. So please like my video, hit that, smash that like button, and we'll see you next time. This is Tina from Cosmic Turtles.